A woman, desperate to save her marriage, made a choice she would forever regret. She stole a consecrated host. What happened next would change her life and become a story told for centuries. In 13th century Portugal, in the humble town of Santarém, a moment of human weakness collided with divine grace. This is a story of the Eucharistic Miracle of Santarém, a powerful witness to faith, mercy, and a real presence that continues to draw pilgrims and strengthen believers today. Join us as we explore this extraordinary event, examine the historical records, and discover the spiritual meaning that has inspired generations for over 700 years. But what could drive a faithful woman to such a desperate act? To understand, we must step into a world of heartbreak and impossible choices. Santarém in the 13th century was a place where faith shaped daily life. Around 1247, a crisis unfolded in one woman's marriage. According to multiple accounts, her husband had been unfaithful. This left her in deep despair. In her pain, she turned to a local sorceress. The sorceress promised a solution, a spell to win back her husband's love, but it required a consecrated host from Massachusetts. This demand placed the woman in a terrible conflict. Her Catholic faith warred with her desperate hope. This inner struggle set the stage for remarkable events. It shows how human weakness can intersect with divine grace. And so, carrying this heavy burden, she entered her parish church. What happened there would turn private doubt into public wonder. Following the sorceress's instructions, the woman attended Mass at St. Stephen's Church. She received the host but did not consume it. Instead, records say she removed it and wrapped in her veil. As she hurried away, something miraculous began. A mysterious liquid started seeping through the cloth. Many witnesses described it as fresh, flowing blood. The woman was immediately overcome with terror and remorse. She saw this as a direct sign from God. Instead of going to the sorceress, she rushed home. There, she hid the bleeding host in a wooden chest. She spent the night wrestling with her guilt and this inexplicable event. Yet the story didn't end in that quiet bedroom. The miraculous host was about to begin a new journey, from personal secret to community treasure. The next morning, filled with guilt, the woman confessed to her husband. Surprisingly, he responded with, or rather than anger. Together they opened the chest. Multiple testimonies describe a room filled with mysterious, heavenly light. The host no longer appeared as bread. It now seemed transformed, showing visible signs of flesh and blood. The blood had soaked through the veil into the wood itself. Recognizing the sacred nature of this event, they called their priest. He came and witnessed the phenomenon firsthand. Then a solemn procession carried the host and stained wood to St. Stephen's Church. There, they placed it in a wax container within the tabernacle. This marked the beginning of the relic's official veneration. Of course, such an extraordinary event required careful investigation. The church would need to examine and authenticate what had occurred. Imagine, centuries later, church officials opening the sacred reliquary. What they found confirmed the mystery passed down through generations. Church authorities quickly took notice of the event. They launched a formal investigation, as was standard practice. Historical documents record the testimony of the woman, her husband, and the priest. The local bishop confirmed the miracle after examining the evidence. Over subsequent centuries, the relic was examined multiple times. In the 17th century, officials opened the wax container before independent witnesses. According to church records, the substance inside remained fresh and well-preserved. Several popes have acknowledged the miracle's validity. They granted indulgences and promoted devotion to this Eucharistic miracle. This official recognition secured its place in approved Catholic piety. This church approval transformed Santarém from a simple town into a spiritual destination. And the impact continues today. Thousands of modern pilgrims still walk the path to the Basilica, their journey testifying to the story's enduring power. Today, the relic rests in a magnificent silver and crystal monstrance in the Basilica of St. Stephen. Pilgrims from around the world come to venerate this sacred sign. For many believers, it represents more than history. They see it as living proof of Christ's real presence in the Eucharist. It stands as a response to doubt and a witness to divine mercy. The story shows how God can bring glory from human failing. The woman sin led to a public testament of God's grace. The relic serves as a focal point for prayer and contemplation. It invites renewed awe for this central Catholic mystery. So what does this story that spans centuries mean for us today? Beyond the historical facts and church approvals, Santarém carries a timeless message about faith, mercy, and redemption. The Eucharistic Miracle of Santarém presents a compelling story that bridges centuries. Multiple historical sources agree on the core facts. A consecrated host, taken in difficult circumstances, showed visible signs perceived as flesh and blood. The Church officially recognized this event. The preserved relic remains in the Basilica today. It stands as one of Catholicism's most documented Eucharistic miracles. Beyond the physical phenomenon, the spiritual meaning shines through. First, many see it as powerful confirmation of Christ's real presence in the Eucharist. It has strengthened countless believers facing doubt. Second, it serves as a beautiful witness to divine mercy. It shows how God can bring grace from human weakness. The ultimate message isn't found in scientific analysis. It's in the story's enduring power to inspire. It calls us to look beyond the visible. It invites us to approach the Eucharist with fresh wonder, and it assures us that even in our weakest moments, we remain within reach of God's grace. This story, like all great mysteries of faith, asks for more than passive listening. It invites personal reflection and shared conversation. If this journey through the miracle of Santarém has touched or inspired you, here's how you can engage further. Consider subscribing to our channel. Join us as we explore more stories that illuminate Catholic history and tradition. Your subscription helps our community of faith and inquiry grow. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like. This simple action helps others discover these important stories and shows us what content you value. We also encourage you to share this video. Send it to friends, family, or your parish community. The Santarém story has been shared for centuries. Your sharing continues this beautiful tradition. Most importantly, we invite your thoughts in the comments below. Have you visited Santarém or other Eucharistic miracle sites? How does this story affect your understanding of the real presence? Your personal reflections enrich our community and create space for meaningful dialogue. May the peace and grace of our Lord be with you always.